Analyze the portal frame shown in figure by using the direct stiffness matrix method. Here this one is two-way portal frame, single story with two bays. Here A to B, that is 4 meter, B to C, that is 5 meter with moment of inertia 3I, and is subjected to a UDL of 36 kilonewton per running meter. Similarly, C to D, that is 6 meter with moment of inertia 3I. C to D, the vertical member with length 4 meter and moment of inertia is I. Similarly, D to E, the moment of inertia is I and the length is 4 meter. First, we have to calculate the degree of freedom. Here at A, D, E, all the supports are fixed support. The degree of freedom at A, D and E are 0. Only there will be a rotation at support at point B, C, D, that is here theta B, theta C, theta D are the unknowns. The total degree of freedom is 3. That is theta B, theta C and theta D are the unknowns. We have to consider them as the redundants. The next step is to calculate the fixed end moment due to load. To find the vector of loads, that is PL. Here the fixed end moment due to the loads in vertical members, it is not subjected to any loads, hence the fixed end moment MFAB, MFBA, MFCD, MFDC, MFDE, MFED are equal to 0 since no loads are acting. For the horizontal beams, here for span BC, MFBC and MFCD both are equal in span with moment of inertia is also same. Hence, both are anticlockwise and are subjected to 36 kilonewton per running meter over a length of 6 meter. Hence, the fixed end moments are WL square by 12. Both are anticlockwise. MFBC, MFCD, that equals minus WL square by 12 minus 36. L is 6. 36 L square by 12. After simplification, we will get minus 108 kilonewton. Similarly, from the other end, MFCB, MFDC, that is WL square by 12, that is clockwise, we will get a value of 108 kilonewton. Then, the vector due to the loads at coordinates 1, 2, 3. Here we have considered theta B, theta C, theta D as the redundant. Here we can give the coordinate directions. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Then here the vector due to the applied load, that is PL. Here at 1 the net moment is minus 108, that is anticlockwise. And then here the net moment at coordinate 2, that is at C. One is clockwise, one is anticlockwise. Both are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. The summation is 0. Then at D, that is clockwise, the net moment is 108. Here, one for horizontal member, that is 108. For vertical member, that is 0. Then the summation is 108. Here, we will get the vector due to the applied load, that is due to the fixed end moment at coordinate 1, 2, 3 are P1L is minus 108, P2L is 0, P3L is 108. Then the vector due to the pre-existing loads, if any, that is due to the overhang, no overhangs here, hence P equals at coordinate 1, 2, 3, there are no such loads, hence P equals 0. Then the third step, here we can apply the unit rotation at coordinates 1, 2, 3 separately. Here we can apply the unit rotation at coordinate 1. This one is coordinate 1. We can give the coordinate number as 1. This one is coordinate 1. Due to the unit rotation at 1, theta b is 1. Theta b is 1 in clockwise direction. Hence, the stiffness elements are here due to this unit rotation at 1. The portal frame will undergo deformation. After removing all the external loads, apply the unit rotation at 1. Then this one is K11, that is the displacement at 1 due to the unit rotation applied at 1. Here both these spans, vertical member as well as horizontal member, they will undergo deformation like this. At 2, the span BC will undergo deformation like this. This one is K21. Here there is no displacement due to the unit rotation applied at 1. Hence, first we have to calculate K11, that is stiffness element at 1 due to the unit rotation applied at 1. Here two spans are connected, one is AB, one is BC. Then the summation of KBA plus KBC, that one is here in span BA, that is this one is the near end 4EI by L. 4EI by L is for moment of inertia is 1, that is 4EI by 4 for span BA. For span BC, the moment of inertia is 3I, that is 4E into 3I by L, that is 6 meter. That is, after simplification, the sum of these two is 3EI. Here we have got the first element K11. Similarly, K21, this one is the far end, that is 2EI by L. Here 2E, the moment of inertia for span BC is 3I divided by L is 6. By simplification, you will get K21 equals EI. Here there is no displacement, hence K31 is 0. The stiffness value at 3 due to the unit rotation applied at 1 is 0. Similarly, if you apply the unit rotation at coordinate 2, here the various spans will undergo deformation like this due to the application of the unit rotation in at coordinate 2 like this. Here this is theta b equals theta c equals 1. This one is theta b equals 1. That is unit rotation in clockwise direction. Hence, the spans will undergo deformation like this. Here first we have to calculate K12. This becomes the far end from the coordinate 2. Hence K12 equals, that is 2EI by L. Here the moment of inertia is 3 times I. The length is 6 meter. Hence by substituting the values 2E into 3I by 6, that is EI. Then at 2, 3 members are connected. One is CB, one is CD, one is CE, CD, one is CE. Here, then this one are the members. Here for span CB, that is 4EI by L. Here the moment of inertia is 3 times, hence 4E into 3I, that is 12EI divided by length is 6. Similarly for span CD, that is 4E into 3I by L, that is 6, plus for vertical member, that is 4EI by L. The length of the vertical member is 4 meter and the moment of inertia is 1. After simplification, you will get the value of K22 as 5EI. Then due to the unit rotation at 2, the stiffness value at 3, that is K32, this becomes the far end, that is 2EI by L. Here 2E into 3I, the moment of inertia is 3I divided by length of the span is 6. That is, after simplification, here we will get K32 equals 1EI. Now we can apply the unit rotation at unit rotation at 3. Then, as shown in figure, due to the unit rotation at 3, the various spans will undergo deformation like this. This one is theta d, that equals 1. Here, in clockwise direction, if we apply the rotation, unit rotation at coordinate 3, this one is coordinate 1, this one is coordinate 2, this one is coordinate 3. Both the horizontal member and vertical members will undergo deformation. Here, two members are connected. This one is DC, this one is DE. Both the spans will undergo deformation. Then we have to consider, that is K33 equals for both the spans, that is 2E into 4E into 3I by L for span D to C, that is 4E into 3I, 12EI by 6 for horizontal member. For vertical member, that is 4EI by L. Here the moment of inertia is 1, L is 4 meter, that one is 3I. Then here the stiffness element at 1, there is no effect of the unit rotation at 1 due to there is no effect at 1 due to the unit rotation applied at 3. Hence K13 equals 0. That is K23, this becomes the far end. Here this is the unit rotation at D, that is 2EI by L. 2EI by L, the moment of inertia is 3I, 2 into 3I by 6. After simplification, here you will get EI. Now we can write the stiffness matrix. The various elements are K11, K12, K13, K21, K22, K23, K31, K32, K33. Here, in all the elements, the flexural rigidity EI is common. Bring it outside. Hence, the stiffness matrix K is given by EI. The elements are 3, 1, 0, 1, 5, 1, 0, 1, 3. Then, after getting the stiffness matrix, after writing the stiffness matrix elements, we know that to get the redundance, we can use the equation, that is stiffness matrix multiplied by the displacement or redundant matrix, that equals the load vector due to the pre-existing load minus vector due to the loads acting at the various coordinates, that is PL. Then by substituting the values here, you will get the flexural rigidity EI is common. This one is the stiffness matrix 3, 1, 0, the elements in the first row, elements in the second row 1, 5, 1, elements in the third row, that is 0, 1, 3. Here the redundant matrix is given by, we have considered theta B, theta C, theta D as the redundant. Here the vector is, or the matrix is theta B, theta C, theta D, and the pre-existing loads are 0. Hence the net moment at coordinate 1, 2, 3, here at 1 P1L, that is 0 minus 108, here minus 0 minus of minus, that is plus 108. Here at 2 the net moment is, net load is, or P2L is 0. At 3 the net moment is, that is clockwise 108, 0 minus 108, that one is minus 108. After simplification, the values of the theta B, theta C, theta D are theta B equals 36 by EI, theta C equals 0, since that is theta D, that one is minus 36 by EI. This one, by observing the values of theta B and theta D, this one is symmetrical about the vertical axis. Hence, both the values of theta B and theta D are equal. Then, by using the values of theta B, theta C and theta D, the final moments we will get by using the slope deflection equation. Here for the vertical member AB, MAB equals, by using the slope deflection equation, no fixed end moment since there is no load acting on AB. Hence, MFAB is 0 plus 2EI by L inside the bracket 2 theta A plus theta B. Here theta A is 0 since that is fixed, and 2 EI by L inside the bracket theta B, that is 2 EI by L, that is L is 4 meter for the vertical member, then theta B is 1 times theta B is 36, EI get cancelled, that one is 18 kilonewton meter. Then MBA, that one is by using the slope deflection equation, MFBA, that is 0 plus 2 EI by L, 2 EI by length is 4 meter inside of the bracket 2 theta B plus theta A is 0 since that is fixed, 2 theta B 2 times 36 by EI, that one is after simplification 36 kilonewton meter. Then MBC, that is the fixed end moment is fixed end moment in horizontal member, that is horizontal member, the fixed end moment is minus 108, that is anti-clockwise, plus 2E I by L. Here the moment of inertia for horizontal member is 3I, hence 2E into 3I by 6, the length is 6, inside of the bracket 2 theta B plus theta C. Theta C is 0, that we have calculated, 2 times theta B, that is 2 into 36 by EI. Here after simplification you will get minus 36 kilonewton meter. Here by observing the two values of MBA and MBC, one is clockwise, that is 36 kilonewton meter, another one is anti-clockwise, that is minus 36 kilonewton meter. The joint is in, when the joint is in equilibrium, the summation of the moments at joint B must be equal to 0. By observing both, the summation is 0. Then at joint C, MCB, three members are connected. First we have to calculate MCB. The fixed end moment in span CB is plus 108 plus 2E, the moment of inertia is 3I divided by L, that is 6. Then inside of the bracket 2 theta C is 0 plus theta B 1 times theta B, that is 36 by EI. After simplification you will get MCB equals 144 kilonewton meter. That one is clockwise. Then MCD for the other horizontal member. Here for other horizontal member, since I told that this one is symmetrical, and at joint C, that is MCD, the fixed end moment is minus 108 plus 2E into 3I by 6 inside of the bracket 2 theta C is 0 plus the 1 times far end, that is theta D, that is 36 by EI. After simplification MCD equals minus 144 kilonewton meter. MDC for the horizontal member from this end, MDC, that is again by simplification the fixed end moment MFDC, that is 108 plus 2E into 3I by 6 inside of the bracket 2 times theta D plus 1 times theta C. Theta C is 0, theta D is minus 36. After simplification MDC equals 36 kilonewton meter. For the vertical member MDE, that one is MFDE is 0 plus 2 EI by L, 2 EI by 4 inside of the bracket 2 theta D plus theta E is 0. Then by simplification you will get minus 36 kilonewton meter. Then MED, that is fixed end moment is 0 plus 2 EI by 4 inside of the bracket 2 theta E is 0 plus 1 times theta D, that is theta D is minus 36, that is minus 18 kilonewton meter after simplification. Then MFCF, that is MFCF or MFC, both are 0 for the middle member, since theta C is 0 and theta D is also 0. The fixed end moment is also 0. No loads are acting in transverse direction of the vertical member, central vertical member. Hence, from both the ends the moment is 0. Then we can use these values to draw the bending moment diagram. Okay, we'll continue in the next video.